Everybody, I am working on today what's considered to be a mechanic's nightmare. It's trying to change a battery inside of a Dodge Ram 250 diesel engine 5.9, and as you climb inside of the truck, again, once the salt gets in there, what you're going to find is after you take your connectors off, that little screw down there is so corroded with the salt that it's very difficult to get the thing out of there. And as you can see, I've already rounded it off, and whoever put it in there before put it in there with a bolt. Now here is a magnificent little tool. If you don't have one in your toolbox already, it's a cutter. And here it is here, and up on the front point of this, you'll notice that you have the cutting tool right on the end. Now, the key to it is to get the oil down into where the bolt head is, because that makes the cutter work a whole lot better. So the bottom line is, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to put the drill in here, and hopefully with one hand I'll try to cut it and show you how difficult it is to even get at the thing. And what you'll do is you'll just grind that cutter, that head down, but you need to put some oil on there from time to time. And hopefully you can see where I started. You'll try to get down to the center of that bolt. And again, as I said, get some oil on there. My dad, who was a tool and die maker, made this very clear as us boys grew up. Oil will get you a long way. Now I just dropped the phone. Hope I can get this thing going, but I'll show you as we get going a little further in. Once you get the head pretty well cut off, then it's a matter of taking a chisel and popping that head off, and the screw underneath it will come right out. And hopefully you can see as I ground the head off here, now you can reach in and you can pull off the plate that holds the battery in. Yeah, it'll be a little bit messy, but once you get that out, my recommendation is that you go ahead and put a stainless steel boat in there next time, so you don't have all kinds of problems with the salt. And the last thing is go ahead and pull your battery out of there. And what you're going to find is there's a little latch back on the fender side over in here, and that latch there bolts down and holds your battery in. And unfortunately, I'm trying to work with the phone and work with with one hand here, and you can see I finally freed up the battery. Now, what I found that worked really good for me is I'll just take a plain old strap and I'll lift one side of the battery up, slide it underneath there, and you end up putting the battery in a strap through the center, and you can lift the battery right out of there. And hopefully that will give you an idea that if you ever try to replace these batteries and that bolt is shot, I can't overemphasize that you want to get yourself this fantastic little cutter, and even if you don't get the mechanism straight, you will be able to cut on the side. But more than anything else, you need to use oil as you're cutting, because if you don't, it'll just get hot and it'll dull everything. So I hope that helps. And this is what it looks like when you put a brand new one in. Obviously, I've got a brand new battery. Obviously, I got to fix some wires, Be very careful as you're working on it so that your drill does not get against any of the insulation on the wires. Backyard mechanics way of getting into it, and right now it's 19 degrees. My advice to you, do it when it's warm. This is Joe Whitkins, and I hope that this helps.